ได้
All right, so welcome to our first chart reading. This is our first chart reading. I think from now on, we'll move on to reading more charts. There are still a few things more to cover, and we'll go along the way. Okay, now let's take from the top. I hope I have sufficiently brainwashed you into repeating multiple times again and again from the very first class that we have. In order to look into the chart, the first thing that we need to do, what is the first thing that we need to do? The first thing that we need to do is to identify the day master and identify the strap. Therefore, everything begins with identifying the day master. Day master. So to identify the day master, I've given you this chart. So what are the three things again? What are the three things that we look at again?
The season born,
Season,
the
routine,
and the sitting.
and the sitting. Yeah. Therefore, from the very first class until now, it's the same thing. When we first plot a chart, so now let's plot the chart. We plot a chart of a female. So therefore, this is a female chart. She's born on 2nd of February 1947. And as you look at the chart, we always start with what? We always start with the day master, isn't it? We always start with the day master. So the day master is the starting point. Yes, Ren. So therefore, we are looking to a Ren water lady. Okay, so now we understand that we are addressing a Ren water lady. Now, what is water known for?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. So water people are representing by wisdom. And so water people who represents wisdom, water appreciate speed. They appreciate speed. They think very fast. Therefore, they think a lot and they think very fast. Therefore, okay, now first question here is again, number one is season. So therefore, where is the season? The season is
Winter. Winter.
So the season is here, the winter. So this is also a very, very important, a very, very important pillar. So number one, she is born in the season of the month of Chou, in the month of the ox. So she's born in the month of the ox, and she is born in the month of winter. So therefore, in winter, this is quite a very winter. Water is
prosperous.
Therefore, we are looking to a very strong day master, a strong winter. So she's born in winter. Winter is cold. Okay, next part is we're going to look for rooting. Is she rooted?
Yes.
Is she rooted? Where is she rooted?
In the hour.
In the hour, and also in the water. Water, we also can count the yin and yang.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the water is yin. Wood also can. Metal, no. Metal, no. Wood, no. So therefore, this will be where water is rooted. Okay, so in a way, she is rooted. Therefore, she is rooted. Right. Therefore, is she rooted? Yes, she is rooted. And what is her seating?
Rockwell.
She is sitting on Rockwell. She's sitting on. Oh, sorry. There's also another. She's sitting on here. So she's sitting on Rockwell. Now, not only that. This is red. This is red. Red belongs to which tree combo? Which element trinity?
Red, the monkey, red, and Chen.
Chen. And Chen,
water
monkey,
combo.
Water combo. So monkey, red, and dragon. So monkey, red, and dragon is the water combo. So she is sitting on water combo. So she's sitting on water combo. Okay. Therefore, sitting on, in a way, sitting on. So when you're sitting on your water combo, this is where we can also say that you are, sitting on reservoir, sitting on a reservoir. So therefore, you'll find that she has support from there, in a way sitting from her, so sitting from the water combo. Okay, so in a way, everything, so you can see, you can say that on the chart list, everything is being checked. Everything is a yes, yes, yes. Born in the right season, very rooted, sitting on the water combo. This is strong. So is it good or not in this case? What do you think? What do you think is this case?
Too cold.
Too cold, too strong. So 八字 is about harmony, it's about balance, and therefore this is not balance. So it's not good. It's not. It shows that water is way too strong. Now, when water is way too strong, this lady is going to be quite a very strong. She's a very strong lady, so she's very intelligent. She is going to be, and water is very adaptive. Water people are adaptive because water can fit any container. Water will take the shape of the container. If round is round, if square is square. You put water into any container, the water will change the shape. So therefore, water people are intelligent, they are very adaptive, and water is also about communication. Therefore, this lady can talk, she can talk. And once the water is too strong, one of the drawbacks about this lady is that she's very impatient. She cannot stand stupid people. Anybody who appears to be stupid, she will be very impatient towards it. Okay, and water people like this can call a spade a spade. Therefore, that is how her characteristic is. Okay, so in the first part, we will need to establish her character, her nature, and to then understand that she's going to be rainwater. Now, rainwater people physically are they? What is the feature of a water people?
Fat.
Fat. That's right.
Plump.
Plump. Therefore, she won't be very tall. She won't be very tall. In fact, let's do now to the other part. Let's look into all the elements. Actually, the secret is here. Yeah? The secret is really here. What element is missing in her chart?
Wood.
Completely missing. So wood is completely missing in the chart. Okay, so she has water. In a way, this chart already count, but if you cannot count, you just go there and physically count. So you got 4 earth. Sorry, this is a bit too. So you got 4 earth, you have 2 fire, 4 water, 4 metal, and 0 wood. So wood is missing from the chart. Okay, so therefore we have to remember wood is missing. And if wood appears, it will be strong. Therefore, that's not good as well. Now, if it is missing and is weak, if it is threat or weak, then not so bad. But if it is missing and is strong, they may not be very good to begin with. All right, so therefore, these are the first few things we can see. So she would be quite plump. She would not be very tall. Okay, because wood represents growth. Wood represents tall. Wood people are tall people, or good wood should be tall. Into one. Okay, so she has Koi water in her chart, Rockwell. So therefore, Rockwell people means can talk. Okay, anyway, we will, so Edmund, we just go through very quickly at the moment, just want to understand. Now, what else can contribute to the chart? Look at all the stamps. Look at all the stamps that she has. She is born in the year of the fire dog. So she's born in the year of the fire dog. Now, fire combines with what element?
Bing. Combine. Bing. Sin matter.
Sin matter. Got sin matter in the chart or not?
Sin matter. Yes.
Yes, where?
Next to it on the month.
On the month. Therefore, just right on the month. So side by side, combine. Pink and sin combines, produces what? Pink and sin combines, produces what?
Water.
Water. Pink and sin combines together. Pink and sin combines together, produces water. So her year pillar, her external pillar and her career pillar combines together to produce her. Therefore, this is another time produce more water, so therefore it should become very, very strong. And when career and external combines together to produce her, this shows that she will have, in a way, it will be good, because produce means resource to strengthen you. Therefore, career and external strengthen her. Therefore, that would be another point to consider. So, ping and sin combines together. Now, rainwater combines with what?
Tinh.
Rainwater combines with
Tinh.
produces what?
Wood.
Wood. Therefore, rain and ting combines together produces wood. So we need to remember that. We need to remember this when she comes to the age of 30 years old, 39, when her luck pillar. So her luck pillar will begins at every 8. When she turns 8 years old, 18, 28, her luck pillar will change. And therefore, when she turns to 39, Chinese year, therefore that will be where you need to remember that the ren will combine with the ting. Okay. So I think I'll mute. I will mute everybody, but please unmute yourself if you would like to this one, so easier. Okay. So unmute yourself if you would like to answer this question, it'll be easier, just in case somebody left off. How about the next one? Wu Earth. Wu Earth combines with what?
Combined with Gui.
Wu Earth
Yin
combines with yin water.
Gui.
So so Wu Earth combines with water, becomes what?
Fire.
Becomes
Fire.
fire. Okay, all right. Therefore, that's also the one thing we'll need to see as well. Okay, now next, of course, is what clashes with ping? Ping clashes with what?
Sorry, pig
Ping
clash.
fire, yang fire. What is the clashing? What does ping fire clash with?
Run water.
Run water. So that's why there's a clash. Therefore, there's a clash. Okay. Yeah. And sin metal clash with what? Sin metal.
Tinh fire. Sin metal. Yi wood.
Yi wood. So clash with yi. Okay. And how about wu?
Wu clash with water.
Controlling water.
Controlling water.
Controlling water. So earth controlling water. Okay, so earth and water controlling, right? So earth controls water. So therefore there'll be the symbolism that we can see here as well. You correct? Is that a stamp that you're looking for? Okay, so at the moment we look at the chart, we look at the day master, we look at the season, we look at the routine, we look at seating, then we look into all the various stamps to get a broader picture about her for the time being. Okay, so therefore she's a strong day master. Now, strong day master normally means are able to tolerate, able to tahan more clashes and so on. So therefore, sometimes clashes can be good because it actually propels her up to another degree. Okay, but because now, what is the negative qualities of water? Now, because her water element is too strong. She's very strong water, so it's going to become a problem really. What are the problems of strong water people? Too strong, unstable.
Emotional.
Emotional, because water also means emotion, especially when water mixed with metal, can become very temperamental. So this lady can become very impatient and become hot-tempered, temperamental. Correct. What else?
Water is fear.
Water is emotional. Water is fear. That is correct. She worry. So water people think a lot. Right? They think and think and think, and they worry and worry and worry. Therefore, water people are usually very conservative. They are very negative in thoughts. Therefore, this lady will be very suspicious of people, not naive lah, not naive, very suspicious. Be prepared onto the reading negative intentions of people more than anything. And the other thing about water people is that they are sometimes jack of all trades. They think so much, they think more than they can do. When they think more than they can do, they have many interests. They like this, they like that, they like a lot of things. Basically unfocused, very unfocused. So she could have, and water people always must be on the go one. Therefore, very busy. So this lady is going to be very busy. Her timetable is, her planner is going to be full all the time. Please don't waste your time asking her a question. Hey, when are you free? Because water people are never free. Okay, you want to make an appointment, just make an appointment. Don't ask for when she free, and then especially for this lady when she will be more unfocused. All right. Therefore, that will be her problem. That will be the kind of issue that it can uh, be the issue. And the root of the problem, the root of the problem is actually the combination between pink and sin combined together to produce water. That part introduces the emotional aspect. Therefore, career and external environment will worry her. So she is stressed about work. So okay, so yep. So one thing that we learned from last week was that water is about fear. Therefore, water people are fearful. Fearful means they worry a lot, they think a lot, and therefore that will manifest in her. So if she ever comes to you for a consult, that will be likely one of the reasons as to why she comes in here as well. All right. Okay, so that is the first part that we want to consider. The first part is your day master, and to know that whether is it strong or weak. So the conclusion reading. So the conclusion here is too strong, too strong. Too strong. So you have to read the water, like you mentioned, fear, intelligent, always on the go, busy, think too much, unfocused. That is one of the problem, the downside of a run water person. So therefore the conclusion. Now, second part that we want to go through now is to understand the structure. To understand the structure, basically, is the 10 gods. The 10 gods. So in the 10 gods structure, now where do we find structure? Structure can be found in the dominant chi of the month. What is the dominant chi?
DO. DO.
Not necessarily DO. Not necessarily DO. For a few reasons that we can try to consider. One part, if you do know from Ming's class, she is born on the 2nd of February. So she's actually at the tail end, of the Chou, tail end of the Chou. Therefore, the earth is not the dominant, it will be the other sub-chi that is the dominant. And moreover, for the 3 chi, the Kui chi is big, while the other is weak or proud. And therefore here, she may be considered more of a Rockwell. She may consider more of a Rockwell rather than a DO. Therefore, the structure is Rockwell. Now, Rockwell. What are the characteristics of Rockwell? Rockwell people are life of the
Networking.
Networking. That's right. Networking, sociable, competitive, must win. So she has a must win attitude. Kiasu lah. Kiasu attitude, must win, competitive, sociable, therefore able to make friends, friendly. The power of persuasion. The power of persuasion.
Spendthrift.
Spendthrift, that's right.
Don't like to stay at home.
Okay, never at home. All right. Buddies. Closer. Rockwell people, closer to friends than spouse. Closer to friends and spouse. If there is a Rockwell husband would go out and watch football at night. Go out with the guys rather than to spend time with family. That is the tendency of the Rockwell. All right, and got fans, supporters. Therefore, network everything draw fans. Fans and supporters. All right, so influential. In today's world, we got what we call influencer. Influencer, Rockwell are influencers. Therefore, they got network, they can get fans. That would be the so her problem will be because she's a very strong water, you see. Now, if her water is very weak, then the characteristics will be the other way around. But so therefore, she's very too strong, so she can be too generous. Too generous, and so she will have some money problem. So this lady will have money problem, may have relationship problem if that's the case when her structure is Rockwell. All right. So Rockwell are very competitive. Now competitive can also be jealous. So she'll be very jealous, and so that will be very emotional. That will be her, for better or worse, that will be her characteristics. That will be. But she has a bit of DO. She has a bit of a DO. So the DO will make her disciplined. But DO somehow has a clash with 7K. And so DO don't like to see 7K. So if there is a 7 killing, that is called confusion. Confusion, now, of course, sometimes confusion can mean in another way, people might see you as being a hypocrite. When you say must follow law, but you yourself break the law. They're kind of not consistent. So the characteristics is not consistent. I suppose. All right. So she has strong influence, and that can bring her fame, can bring her recognition. That will be the use of the Rockwell. And now let's take a look into the useful God chart. Now, before we go on into the useful God chart, there are 3 types of useful gods. There are 3 types. There are 3 categories. There are 3 categories. Or basically 3 roles or 3 features of the useful God. The first useful God is medicate. Medicate. So the first one is medicate. Medicate. Medicate basically is that to strengthen when the day master is weak. Therefore, to either strengthen. To strengthen a weak day master. But for our rainwater lady today, that's not going to be the one. Therefore, that will be to weaken. Weaken a strong day master. But to control a one that is too prosperous. And so what do you think, which do you think should be the one for our rainwater lady? Which one do you think should be the one for the rainwater lady?
Control.
Control. Okay. Because why? Because we may believe that our rainwater lady is too prosperous. Now, control basically, now what are the elements that controls the rainwater? What element controls the rainwater?
Earth.
More in particular.
Oh, earth.
Because why? Because Wu Earth is hard earth. Wu Earth is rock, is boulder. Because to control her because she's everywhere. No, water needs to be contained. Water without a container will flow everywhere. Therefore, this lady, too much water flow everywhere. So she needs to have Wu Earth. So she needs Wu Earth. Wu Earth will be her useful god to her. Now, if it is not Wu Earth, now what element will weaken a strong day master? What element weakens another element? What elements weaken another element?
Metal. No. Sorry. This is renter. Run.
Come on. How about the rest?
Wood.
Wood, that's right. Wood weakens water. What produces water?
Metal.
Metal. Okay. So if she is a weak day master, useful god will be metal. But that's not for this case, huh? For today, that's not her case. She doesn't need metal. In fact, metal is not good, because metal mixed with water is emotional. Lagi, it makes it worse. Therefore, no, she doesn't need metal. Depression, correct. Emotional depression. All right. Wood, she would. Yeah, she would need wood. She'll welcome wood. Wood is good, but remember she has 0 wood. Therefore, useful god must appear in the chart. So when you identify a useful god, you must identify something that is in the chart. So wood is not in the chart. Therefore, only earth. Therefore, earth is going to be in the chart. And where do we find Wu Earth? Where would we find Wu Earth? Where do we find Wu Earth? Or where do we find Earth?
In the hour.
In the hour.
Hour.
The hidden stem.
Hidden stem, correct. Good. So she does have Earth everywhere. She does have Earth everywhere. Right now, so therefore, good. She has a useful god, and a useful god is present. So she has a useful god, and a useful god is present. Therefore, that is always one thing to consider. Okay, all right. Therefore, that is the first part when we look into the first role of a useful god. So the first role of a useful god is to medicate. So medicate is what? To produce what is weak, weaken what is strong, control what is prosperous. Number 2 is regulate. Now, so to regulate, we essentially look into what does regulate? Regulate is also in last week when we talked about health. Health, the TCM practitioner use regulate a lot because to them regulation is about heatiness and about dryness, about therefore cooling. So heaty and cooling, dry and damp. Therefore, that would be. So in a way, we actually talk about the temperature. We actually talk about the climate. To regulate, we talk about the climate. Now, in this issue, it's a very simple thing. She's born right in winter. The chart is very cold. Therefore, climate is very simple. Fire for a cold chart, water for a hot chart, heaty chart. Well, not just food, but heatiness. Chart also can be very heaty one. And of course, fire for a cold chart. And so essentially, what is this chart? This chart is cold or hot. Very simple. I think you know this already. Therefore, it's okay. Now, if you look into the Mings also have their own. This one is also from Dr. Joy Yap. It's very simple. This was shared to you already 2 weeks ago. So you have to look into the chart. Rainwater lady. So she is a rainwater lady. And she is born in which month? She is born in the
Ox. Second
month of Ox.
month.
Last month.
Oh,
Chinese
last
can
month. Sorry, yeah, Chinese
ox,
is last.
ox,
Right, correct. Tiger is first month.
tiger is the first month, correct? No, tiger is first month. Therefore, for rainwater lady, this is sorry, the chart is too big. So these are the three. Now do remember that when you look at a chart, that's why there's a disclaimer at the chart. When you look at the chart, there's a disclaimer at the chart. The disclaimer at the chart is that these are just a very general guide. Please note that this is only a very general guide. Okay, so the general guide is ping, ting, and jia. I said wood. Why wood? Why wood? Because why wood? Why wood? Because wood is needed for Medicaid. So wood is needed for Medicaid, and then fire for regulate. So that is where, according to the chart. Now you can check Mings also. I believe when I checked the last few times, they are the same. So Mings and the chart, but Mings is called regulation. It's called regulation. Regulation is not so complete because it's medication, regulation, and then of course arbitration as well. But never mind, we'll just look into the part. Okay, so by looking to the chart, rainwater will need ping, ting, and jia. Therefore, these are the three that will be required under useful God. So in this chart here, you can see it's actually here lah. It's actually here. Useful God is called Yongshen. So use God lah, useful God lah, Yongshen. Therefore, you got the ping, you got the ting, but remember she has no jia,
No wood.
no wood. So she has no wood. It will be good to have wood, but she has no wood. But remember, she doesn't really need wood. You don't have wood, or say lo. So what do you eat? Eat more vegetables? No, that's not the case. She needs earth more than she needs wood. Because again, do understand that we have the chart, but do not be too robotic. Do not be too automatic. This is just a guidance. They are very good. These are very good guidance. You can rely on them. Okay, but not for today. Not for this lady, because she is too prosperous. She is beyond strong. Bottom line, when water is too strong, the wood cannot control. The wood cannot prevent flood if it's tsunami, but mountain can. Mountain can block tsunami. Forest cannot. But forest can block a lot of strong water flow. Therefore, you've got forest, all the better. You got mountain and forest. Why not? Why not? If they are earth and jia, no, not bad. Not bad. Therefore, we understand that one is missing, but she needs earth as well. So she needs that as well. Okay, so in this case, the chart is not the chart is not complete. Which is occasionally it's like that. So remember, when you're reading the chart, not don't just take this to be complete. So when somebody says, "Hey, you need earth," no. According to this chart, no need earth. Don't ever think like that. Ponder and ask, what is the purpose of a useful God? Okay, so some discretion will be necessary. We have to apply that usefulness. And the third one is to arbitrate. Arbitrate. Now, if let's arbitrate is now what is arbitrate? Arbitrate is in between. Arbitrate is a peacemaker. Arbitrate is a peacemaker. Now, a peacemaker is essentially whenever we find that there is a potential clash. Therefore, we have to look for clashes. We have to look for number one, clashes. Any particular clash or any particular harm, any particular clash and any particular harm that can come along the way. Now, what is harm? In a way, harm is to prevent combo. So to harm is basically to prevent a combination. To prevent a combination. So harm essentially is to prevent. Now, in a way, let's say, for example, that there is a combination between ping and there is a combination between ping and sin. Therefore, there is an expected combination, ping and sin. And so, what does harm mean? Harm basically means something that clash away. Something that clash away. For example, you could have what clashes with metal? What clashes with the sin metal?
Fire.
Fire. Ting fire. Therefore, ting fire can clash away the sin metal, controlling the sin metal. And therefore, ting fire is harm. So you see it this way, Ting fire harms the sin metal. And ting fire is the Rockwell to the pink fire. Do you understand that or not? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
So that's why we call it Rockwell, because Rockwell people eventually harms you one. Because Rockwell prevents you from combination. Prevents you combination. But don't look at it. Don't look at it negative, because okay, the word Rockwell sounds negative, the word harm sounds negative. But basically, if the combination is bad, you want to harm the combination. Basically, you want to prevent the combination from happening. Therefore, that's something good for you. Okay. So the thing about Chinese, sometimes the words itself may have this connotation that Rockwell is negative. That's not the case all the time. Basically, it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, something like that. All right. Therefore, to prevent a clash is basically to soften, to come in between, to come in between a clash. Now, basically, try to imagine what is the picture? What kind of picture do we have? See, if let's say, for example, there is two people fighting. So if there are two people fighting, like if there are two people fighting, let me just take a picture here. So if there are two people fighting, one way is to come in between. One way is to come in between to push the two away, and one, of course, is to pull one away. So harm basically is to you pull one person away, therefore there's no clash. You hold back the person. Therefore there's no clash. And while arbitrate is to then jump in the middle and then prevent the clash. Coming to say, for example. Okay. Now what I mean? Let's say, for example, if there is metal and wood, if there's metal and wood, so what should come in between? What should come?
Water.
Sorry?
Water.
Water. So when there's water will come in between. So water will come in between a metal clashing wood. So therefore you need water. Something along the way. Okay? That's this. So that there's water. Okay. And if there's fire and water clashing?
Wood.
Fire and water.
Wood.
Sorry?
Wood.
Wood, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore, wood. Are you sure it's wood?
Yes.
How come? Wood will, you give more wood to the fire to earth, I think. Earth.
Joseph always say, well, fire, water, crash, put wood in between.
Put wood in between. I thought that I thought it's always a cycle because metal produces water, water produces wood. So the arbitrage is somewhere in between the two crashes. Fire produces earth, fire produces what? Earth. Earth
Yeah.
produces metal, right? Wood. Water produces. Okay, okay. All right. Wood. Okay. 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 Wood, right? All right. So therefore, you just have the in between, right, into the part. All right. So coming back to this part. Therefore, okay. Now, usually when you look at a chart, by Joey Yap or by Mings or by anyone, they normally give these two. They normally give these two. Because these two are standard. They are standard. They are standard. Because in a month, in a month of winter, water will be very strong already. Okay, water will be very strong. Therefore, fire is needed. So temperature, we look at the temperature. If you look into the autumn, so when you look into the autumn months, we look into the autumn and winter. You look into winter, ting, ping, ting, all the will be present really. All this will be usually present really, in the case. Right? Therefore, that's just looking into the chart. So the only one thing that you need to be more certain of is the third one, the arbitrate. Okay, so the arbitrate will be different. Okay, now that we have looked into the structure and we have identified the useful God. Therefore, number 3. So number 3, the useful God. And what have we identified? We have identified that this lady needs fire. She needs pink. She needs ting. Jia is good. Wu is also good. Ren, she doesn't need Ren. She has more than enough. Therefore, meeting water is no good. Meeting water is no good. So her favorable element. So what are her favorable elements? Her favorable elements will be her fire. What? Fire?
Fire and wood. Wood. Oh.
Okay. So fire, wood, and earth will be her favorable elements. What will be her unfavorable elements?
Water. Metal.
Definitely water and also metal. Right? Therefore, has this. And now when we look into a luck pillar, her first luck pillar are what are the elements of her luck? What are the elements of her luck pillar?
Metal.
Metal and right. So she
So not favorable.
not so variable. So her childhood and her early years will be quite hard. Will be quite hard. So tell her, congratulations, you will have good luck at the age of 59. Yeah. All right. Okay, so ask her to wait. Ask her to come back 30 years later to see what else she can do. Okay. Therefore, she will have better luck in the country. So she's gonna be in for the ride. So therefore, at least this would be something. So that's why she comes to you. She comes to you because she will need. She will need. So what is so in a way, now that we have identified the elements, what does pink fire means to her? What does it mean? What does it mean? What is the 10 gods? Based on the 10 gods, what does pink represent?
IW.
IW, very good. So she needs an IW. Ting, what does she need?
Okay. No.
She needs a direct well. And what is Jia? And what is Jia?
The other way round. The other way. DW.
Jia is EG.
EG. No, it's not the other way around. Ren is yang, ma. Yang and yang is indirect. Yang and yang is indirect.
Oh, okay.
Okay or not? And what is
Okay.
Wu Earth? What is Wu Earth?
7K.
7K. Right? Therefore, these are her elements that she would need. So these are the elements that she would need. Okay, now that she would need all these elements, what does all these things mean? Now we come on into the next part, where we now come into the 3 questions, isn't it? Young people. Now, young people normally talk about relationship or maybe career. Okay lah. But nowadays we live in the 21st century. No more relationship. Career first. So let's talk about career. Talk about investments. Talk about career. Then we talk about investments. Okay, now for career, we need to look for what her dominant element. We need to look for her useful god. So water is a main element. And now you talk about water. What is the water industry?
Shipping,
Shipping, okay. I see. Okay.
logistic,
Logistic. Communication. Now she needs a job that involves moving. She needs a job that's always moving. So communication. Do you think she's a rainwater PR lady, Rockwell lady? PR is good or not? Public
yes.
relations, branding, thinking, something to do with intellectual. She can talk one, so she can also be in teaching. If she like, she can do teaching, motivating leaders, moving ideas, and so on. Now, one thing, this is a dominant element. This is now. Try not to be confused between the unfavorable. Don't get confused between this and this. Okay, not into that. Not into that. Marketing, yep, marketing is good. She can do marketing. She can do marketing. She always want to win, so she needs to go. She needs to challenge herself as it is. And because now, and of course, her useful god is fire. So her useful god is fire. Now, fire being a useful god, and fire here means indirect wealth. Indirect wealth can be service industry, advertising, like what Connie says, brand marketing, branding, very good, mass media. So she will find her work. And indirect wealth normally means no steady employment. Therefore, indirect wealth people like project basis. Project basis. Freelancer. Free agent. So if she wants to be a free agent, she wants to freelance, she wants to be self-employed, can. Now one thing, rainwater people hate their bosses. They don't like bosses. Okay? They don't like direct officer. Why do rainwater doesn't like direct officers? Why? Why do rainwater people don't like bosses? Wait, I thought you know this. This is quite basic already. Because direct officer, what is a direct officer for a rainwater lady?
Husband.
I know it's husband. What is the element?
Element.
The element of a rainwater lady is Chi, earth.
Earth.
Yeah. And earth contaminates water. Therefore, rainwater people best they don't like direct relationship. So if you ever have an employee that is rainwater, treat her more like a partner, associate, like a friend or whatnot, but not as a boss, because they don't like to see. They don't like to see direct officer. Okay, so stay away. So therefore, for a career, try to avoid. Try to avoid direct officer. Direct
Hey,
officer. So direct
David,
officer.
sorry.
Sure.
Fire is also internet, right? Social media
Yeah, yep, that's
industry.
right. Fire is also internet, correct. Technology,
Technology, yes.
internet. If this is a very young lady, I'll say give it a shot to become an influencer. Give it a shot to become a social influencer. That would be quite an ideal for this lady. Quite an ideal lady. Anyway. Okay. Talk about social influencer. You all know how much influencers get paid, right?
By
Let's just
project.
go.
Then
Let's go for 20 of the Instagram highest paid stars. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ariana Grande. Some of these influencers can get paid this amount of money. Okay, but these are celebrities. Celebrities, they're already popular. But let me try to see whether you can get highest paid YouTuber. Highest paid YouTuber. Okay. So highest paid YouTuber. So the high this 9-year-old this so this 9-year-old boy is the highest paid YouTuber. 9 years old. He made 24 million euros by opening toy boxes. By opening toy boxes. Ryan Kanji, so he's the highest paid YouTuber. And of course, other YouTuber like Mr. Beast, who go around playing a lot of games online. So he makes about 24 million a year social internet. Okay, so these are YouTuber. Okay, so some of them can make millions of dollars in the area. Okay, so these are YouTuber, popular YouTuber, and so this lady fits. It fits very nicely because she's a Rockwell. She's a Rockwell. Rockwell means you got fans, right? You're fancy, like you got fans, you got subscribers, you can talk, you can charm people, life of the party, and fire is your useful god. You use the internet, you use, and then indirect wealth, project basis. That is your useful god, and you don't like bosses. You try to avoid DO. So if you're a YouTuber, you don't have direct officer. Therefore, no contamination. You will be much happier. Much happier that way. All right. So for this would be the kind of a career that this lady would go for. So if she's a strong rainwater, then rainwater don't like to see bosses because most of the time they think that they're better than their bosses, and their bosses are stupid and they cannot stand stupid people. Therefore, they tend to have stupid bosses, or at least in their perspective. Consider this. That would be how we can consider that. All right. So the one thing that's missing is the wood. So wood is missing from a chart. Therefore, we do see that whenever wood arrives, that will be good for her. But unfortunately, of course, wood only arrives much later. Wood arrives only much later. Therefore, it's not a remedy to advise her to wait until 69, then only prosperous. That's a bit too late by then. Okay, so she'll have a very happy old folks home staying there, but that's not going to be positive news for her. Okay, so
David,
yep.
Annual, if wood arrives annual, the year is also good for her, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
wood year.
The wood year. So when wood year appears, then what is your recommendation? Because wood is what?
Wood is output. So she must use her creative ideas. Be more
Correct.
creative.
Yes. Creative ideas in writing, in producing.
Yeah.
So maybe let's say she's in she actually becomes a YouTuber. Maybe we're talking about very young. If she's a very young, then of course that particular year try to produce more copyright stuff. Try to patent, try to come up with things that you can copyright. because copyright stuff may give you passive income in the future.
David, sorry.
Yep,
How
sure.
come, if I'm not mistaken, last time JY used to say, if you don't have that element in your natal chart like wood, you have no affinity with it. So even if wood comes in the year or in the luck pillar, I thought he meant you still can't use it because it's not in your chart. What do you think?
It's a yes and no. I tend to agree with that also, because that's why year is, sometimes the year is a very swift passing moment. If you don't have affinity, then don't use it, correct? I tend to agree with that.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
It's just that sometimes, sometimes sometimes you can say that when it comes, you can use it, but it'll be fleeting. That means this one is more like a short-term project.
Okay, so
Short-term
you
project.
can use it, but if you think you are not familiar or affinity with it, then don't mess with it lah.
Don't mess with it, correct.
Okay.
Unless it's a luck pillar lah. Luck pillar is stronger. Year, definitely not month. Month and day, not too strong lah. Yeah, but it's usually during the luck pillar, will be much stronger. Okay, because luck
Okay.
pillar actually comes in and stay. Because it's 10 years, 10 years. So, can stay.
Yep.
So in this case, not so lah. Not so.
Yep.
But if a year, just a year. Sometimes consultation is like, what do I do this year? Then this year, this is. But after a while, then make sure you have a short project. Don't commit to long term. Don't go and sign a deal or whatever that's long term. Something like that.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
Right. Okay, now the next thing now is going to be on her relationship. Now we talk about relationship. In terms of relationship, remember when we talk about relationship, there are a few things to come in mind. Of course, we can talk about the peach blossom, but that doesn't have to be a concern. Okay, does she have any peach blossom star?
Yes. The red.
Right. The red. Red is a peach blossom for what?
For the pig. For the pig. For the pig.
Very good. Very good. Very good. You see the red, right? Just take one element. Just take the animal before the red. The animal before the red is the
Pig.
pig. Hai, Mao, Wei. Remember that? Easy or not?
Yes.
Therefore, she has the peach blossom star for the pig, the rabbit, and the goat. The pig, the rabbit, and the goat. Which actually has no luck because the goat will clash with the ox and the dog, creating a bullying punishment, and the earth controls the water. Therefore, relationship-wise, no luck. Okay, come, let's just take a look into it. So she's a Ren water lady. Where is her direct officer located? Where can you find the direct officer?
In the ox, G-earth.
That's right. She has a direct officer here. And does she have any 7 killing or not?
God.
Yes.
The earth.
Okay, so she has two seven killings and 1 direct officer. Now the thing about Ren water when she's too strong, basically in the natal chart, the direct officer is not strong. The Wu Earth is what she needed the most. And so this is going to create some, love triangle. She's going to create some love triangle because direct officer basically is the husband star, and while 7 killing is the boyfriend star. So 7 killing is a boyfriend star. So her relationship dilemma, especially for Ren water lady that is very, very strong, is that her decision is always a choice where which one makes a better better partner, which one makes a better partner, and which one makes the preferred partner. So rainwater lady prefers boyfriend than to husband. Prefers husband. And more so, can you see that there is a combination between monkey and rat?
Yes.
Okay, what combination do we find between monkey and rat? It's a combination and it's also a destruction. Huh? Okay, so therefore that would be the one part. Huh? So there's a monkey and rat combination. Therefore, in this context, this lady will have relationship issues. Huh? She has relationship issues, the dilemma, the clashes that comes in. Okay, so if she comes, of course, she may also have this issue. Huh? She may have two men in her life. Which one should she marry? And normally, her mind tells her she should marry one person, but her heart tells her that she wants or prefers to be with the other person. Huh? Therefore, there might be chances of having complicated third-party issues. Huh? So therefore, peach blossom star tends to has a tendency of giving this to me. So the rat can pull in the wood element, which will clash with her other career as well. Therefore, this would mean that her career will block her ability to find a partner. His ability to find a partner in this particular context as well.
David, sorry. Monkey combo snake ma?
Sorry?
Just now did you say monkey combo rat lah?
Sorry. Shen Zi Chen, the water trinity.
Oh, the tree combo
the tree combo. Sorry, the tree combo.
Monkey rat.
Yeah.
Monkey
Okay,
rat dragon.
What does the rat combines with?
Rat combines with ox ma?
Ox.
Ox. So there's an ox. There is a monkey combined with the chen.
Okay.
The tree trinity part. Okay. Sorry for the confusion. There's a combination of Shen Zi Chen. So there's a water combo, and there is a so-called a rat and ox combined together. But then the dog is there. The dog will be there to prevent the combo. So the dog will harm the combo. And if you have your Haima way, pig, the rabbit, and the harp and the goat. And then of course the ox will clash with the goat, and the dog will combine with the rabbit. Okay. Okay. Basically, what this means, is that her opportunities to meet with men is either clash away or combine away by the external environment. The dog, so the dog clash with the dragon, the dog combines away with the rabbit. So therefore, that's external environment.
David, sorry,
Yep.
can you go through again this three harmony combo and then the clash away slowly one more time?
Okay.
Lost.
Huh? Okay. Remember what are the three combos? Huh? What are the three combos? Okay, what is the water combo? Water combo is
monkey, rat, dragon.
Okay, monkey, rat,
dragon.
Monkey, rat, and dragon, correct.
But there's no dragon here, so this will only fulfill if a dragon year comes along, right? Or
That's
a
right.
lucky lah.
Lat pillar. Lat pillar, the
When-
year. Yeah.
When
Right.
it comes only, oh, okay.
Okay. What is fire?
Fire is tiger, horse, dog.
Okay. What is wood?
Pig, rabbit, goat.
Okay. And what is the other one? Metal?
Snake, rooster, ox.
Ox. Okay. So in this part, she has two. She has two of the three. Okay, not? She has the two of the three. Therefore, there will be opportunities for combination. There will be opportunities to come when the dragon comes. But
Okay.
the dog is there to clash. Okay? All right. The dog is there to clash. There will be one part. Then when we have the two combination, we have the rat and the ox combined. So therefore, there's a combination that comes into this.
Yep.
But then here, okay.
Yep.
And the thing is that red, she has red. Red is the peach blossom. So red is the peach blossom for the wood element. And so peach blossom is about attraction. It's about attraction. So she will be an attraction to the pig, the rabbit, and the goat. But then, her attraction will be clashed or combined away by the dog and by the ox. Therefore, this means her attraction is not useful. And the thing about the zi is that she's sitting on the husband, on the spouse pillar. That comes here.
Okay.
Okay.
So it can be clash away and it can be combined away also.
Yes, combined away. It's the same principle. It's the same principle as this one. Of course, this one is the two of these are two of them fighting each other lah. If two of them fighting each other, then combined away is good lah. Combined away is good, something like that. If let's say the two of them is if the two combo is there, then combined away is bad lah. Then combined away is bad. Okay or not? Can you see when here combined away is good. Here combined away is bad. Something like that lah. So meaning to say when opportunities come, it's being combined away. Combined away by work. Combined away by work. Therefore, her work prevents her from advancing her communication, or sometimes through her social friends itself, the external part into one part. Therefore, the reading is that she's going to have kind of issues with the relationship. Okay, now let's come into time is ticking. I don't want to take too much of time. We will read more charts for it. And we'll do this again and again until you can get the hang of it. Until you can. Okay, so relationship here means you have third party problem. Third party problem. Loss of opportunities. Due to work and friends approval. Parental or friends approval, because the year pillar is where the dog is. Family approval, friends approval. Work is in the career pillar due to the ox clashing into one part. So the loss of opportunity because of combined or clash away party problem as this. So therefore this would be the kind of issue that she would actually would have as well. Huh? Okay, come. Let us just finish up very quickly. We move on to the next one, which is about health. And hopefully, health. We have just covered it last 3 sessions. Hopefully, this will give us a bit more. Now, we have too much water in the chart. Huh? Too much water in the chart, and water presence with earth. A lot of chart. So, what is her main problem?
A kidney issue.
Okay, earth.
Earth
And
will be cancer.
water cancer. Especially when you have what? Especially when you have dog. No? So especially when there's a dog in the chart. All right. So therefore, there is so she has to take care of her. Yes, health is about kidney. Water is about kidney. Yeah? Now, water meridian opens to where? Where does the water elements open to?
Water is ear.
Huh?
What? I don't understand your question. Is it ear?
Is it ear?
No, the ears.
The ears, yeah. Is it? Wood opens to where?
Wood is eyes.
Wood open to the eyes. Yep, that's right. Water opens to the ear. Huh? Water opens to the ear. Correct. Okay, wood opens to the eye. Earth opens to the mouth. Metal opens to the nose. Huh? Okay, but anyway, these are just to see that she may have some kidney problems, indication. So the earth is controlled. And not only that, what is the arbitrating? What is the arbitrating God for to regulate earth and water?
Metal.
No, wood.
Huh? Oh, wood is the filter.
Yes, right. Wood is the filter. Wood is a filter to block earth, and to wood will hold the earth. Therefore, the earth will not contaminate the water. Okay, so therefore the water will flow clean river, because the jungle will hold the earth. But unfortunately, the wood is missing. The wood is missing. Okay, therefore that would be it. Wood is missing, and wood is missing. That's where the illness can also be present. Wood is also, and the one thing about wood, now wood repairs itself from what time to what time? If you can remember. (11 p.m. to 3 a.m.) So chances are this lady works very hard and she sleeps late. She's a late night sleeper. And people who do not sleep more than, people who tend to sleep, do not sleep past 11, because that's when the liver will be helped. As it is. But anyway, the actual story for this person is she is suffering from rectal cancer. She is suffering from rectal cancer into one part. Therefore, she would need wood in her chart as well. That would be it. And when do you think her problem begins? When do you think her health problem will begin?
Earth luck pillar.
No, there's no earth luck pillar. Oh, it's earth luck pillar.
Too much
Actually,
earth.
so much earth. No, actually, when the wood arrives, actually. When the wood arrives.
How come? Wood is the cure.
Sorry?
When wood arrives, I thought wood is a good thing.
Wood is a good thing, but when you have none in your chart. When you have none in your chart, that is the indication. That is the indication. I think Joey Yap also has the book where he wrote, which is also about Nelson Mandela as well. He also has a useful God that is absent, and when it comes, he went to jail. Into it. Therefore, this is where the careful part about reading the part. Okay, earlier you mentioned that if it's absent in your chart, if it's completely absent in your chart, then better stay absent. Okay, better stay absent. If it's completely absent in your chart, better stay absent.
Health-wise lah.
Health-wise, correct. Not for it is
Okay.
a different way. For health, health sometimes you have to follow it. Okay, so she begin to have a problems, but problems already. I mean, already can see the problem lah, because it's already too much water and then earth so much earth, and so much water. Contamination is in Cancer, and triggered when the thing comes in by the wood. All right. Therefore, can see what are the potential problems. Potential problems. Okay. And she's going to have very dry, brittle hair. Her hair is going to be dry and brittle. Brittle hair. And also poor nails. Because why? Because hair and nails are manifestation of wood.
Wood.
Absence of wood. Absence of wood. Bad liver. And made worse by sleeping late. So she sleeps too late at night. And then got metal and water. Maybe she's drinking also. So she drinks, bad liver, sleep late, dry and brittle hair, poor nails, the manifestation of this. And then Cancer comes in. All right. Okay, so we have health. We look at the relationship. We look at the career. These are the three questions to ask. Then we look at the first three, which is okay. Right, more to come as I see you next week then for another more cases. Any more questions, we'll keep doing this until we get a hang of it. Yeah, is that fine, everybody?
Yes, thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
that's it.
David.
Yep,
Very
okay, welcome.
interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Good night.